Good morning, fellas. Good morning.
Morning, gang. How we doing?
Good. Who's
Good
Jason
morning.
Who's Jason MC?
That's me. It's J Mac.
J Mac. All right.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
that's a new name.
Very
Yeah.
formal today.
I started checking. I was
think-
like, who snuck in here?
Yeah, I know. We got too many J's, man. Like
It's true.
I can't claim the original J, so I said let me do Jason MC so everybody knows.
I don't know why we've never
It's
had
me.
like any J's on stream, and all of a sudden we have like 4 at the same time.
It's crazy. There's a lot of J's in your group, man.
I don't know how they became so popular.
Yeah, hey, they're all solid dudes. That's all I'm going to say.
I've always liked those guys.
I'm just saying.
I've always been fond of them.
Gotta love those J's.
We're at all-time highs again. Jesus.
Yeah, it's been a pretty dead morning.
Pretty good London session, no?
Didn't really get.
London moved up here.
It moved up. I did take the break of like the high at one point when we were breaking all-time highs again. But I got stopped out at break. I nearly had 20 pips, and as I went to secure, I'd gone to break even and just whipped back and then carried on.
Yeah, I see.
But nothing else I was really, really comfortable with that ticked all the boxes, so I was just happy to wait.
Makes sense. London moved here. We moved 300 pips. London's moved, way more, 400. 460 pips. That's crazy. Not quite 1,000 pips. Maybe we'll get here. Yesterday closed bullish, heavy bullish, so I mean I'd expect this to continue. Yesterday was another 1,000 pip candle, wasn't it? That's crazy. That is 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 out of the last 6 daily candles are over 1,000 pips.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I was looking at that yesterday.
I've never
Crazy.
seen this.
I couldn't believe it. I'm trying to figure out what that one outlier was. Like,
Maybe a
was
Sunday.
that like that's what I was thinking. Yeah, is that a Sunday candle? Like, what's going on there?
It's a Monday candle. It's a Tuesday candle. No, Sunday,
Tuesday,
Monday was
yeah.
right here.
Yeah, can't figure it out, man. Well, I mean, I can figure it out, all the talk going on, but it's just crazy. The movement's insane.
Hold on, give me 1 second, gang. Sorry, give me a sec. I had to bring Benny out because nobody's walked him all morning. So before he pees all over my office floor. Bro,
Yeah,
go.
all good, man.
Go.
Wait, please you let James in at the door.
Yeah, give me a sec once I walk in. Just
Okay.
tell him 1 second. I'm in the back with the dog. Come on. You guys hear the music on your end? There's no echo?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
here. No echo.
Yeah, sounds good.
I don't know what happened a couple of days ago. It just randomly went back to echo and then randomly fixed itself. It's so strange. Any one of you on the YouTube side? No, nobody, right? All right, let's mark up some clean ranges. So we've showed up here. The daily was bullish. We're expecting to continue bullish unless we have a range 2 breakout bearish. Let's mark off clear 4-hour closures. So, this was the previous high. This is better right there. We will extend these ranges. You see how these wicks are driving through here? The extent of the range will be wherever the 5-minute closure at these wicks is. So we can do this. And on top here we'll do just the extent of the range. Shut up. Bro, there's nobody there. Okay. Let's talk about this. Range 1. Range 2. Anybody have any other ranges? And you know what? I think because we have this little play here, right? We don't want to sell below here, but have this area in our way. So what we're going to do is we'll bring this down a bit more. We'll extend this range to here. So now you have this closure. You have these wicks right here going into that closure. Makes it a solid level. And then if you close below it, right? Now you don't have this in your way. Now you're past that, or you don't have this in your way. You're past that. So once you close below here, you have just this clean range to worry about. Right? And that's what we're gonna look for. That's like 100 pips worth of range below here. 110, 111. Yeah, so we need either a closure below or we need to drive back up into the range here. But I see on the 5 how the smaller time frame range extends. Boom, you see how it extends? So we probably want, if we're gonna look for buys up back into the range, it'll probably be up here. Just the cleaner part up is up there, even though on the higher time frame, right? Like it's right here, this level. The cleanest buys will be above here to finish out the range up, because there will be nothing in your way at that point. Bro, come here. Hey, come here. What's bugging you? What are you pissed off about? Yeah, you guys got to sign that contract on top one before it. Otherwise, it's going to be grayed out for you. You're not going to be able to trade. Damn, Nate. Thank you for answering Jules. Wasn't Jules the one talking shit in the Zoom yesterday? This is so funny.
Yeah, that was the one I was referencing when I said, you know,
I didn't see
people
the
need to
message. I
take a
wanted to
little
answer, like,
accountability
I
themselves.
only saw the message because I never look at the Zoom messages, and I only saw that like at the end of the stream, and then by the time I replied to it, like everyone was off. Jay was off, Jules was off, and there was nobody to reply to.
But then he was barking at Jay a little bit, you know, hey, make sure you tell him about that 1,300 pip loss. It's like, all right. No one even responded to it, which was
I didn't
good.
see
But
it.
it's like,
I thought I
relax.
I thought I addressed
You
it.
did. You did. That's what I was going to say, but I just left it alone. Just let him be grumpy old man, I guess.
It's just, I don't know. It's like very passive aggressive.
Yeah, it really is.
It was like,
It's unnecessary.
sucks.
In my
But hey, how do you
opinion,
do this? But this sucks.
Right. I'm done. It's like, wait, you said you were done last week, but you're still here. You ain't going nowhere.
I don't know. All right, pulling up here. Wow, that's coming up pretty quickly. Close below the range though. Yeah, there's a reason I extended it there. The cleanest move is above here at that support. You see the support right here being established, so we want to come up and then establish that as a support again. So it's 8:30. That was a 30 closure. There's no move up. Even if you think you closed above the range here on the 15 or the 30, you need a bottom wick here. So right now we're just
should be
driving
pushing up.
with no catalyst.
We've got news.
Hold on.
DPI.
Someone talking?
Can you not hear me?
No, I didn't hear you for a sec. What'd you say?
We've got PPI.
Yeah. All right. Let's look. You're right. Right now, 8:30. Psh. I said it's moving for no reason. Thank you. Oh, we got a pretty good reason to fucking move right now. We got two red folders and 2 at 10. And consumer sentiment at 10. So, moving for no reason. We got PPI. Be careful if you're on futures. Your leverage drops on futures heavily during red folder news. Guys think you'll have 200 to 1. Meanwhile, it'll be like 40 to 1. Margin out. And even for news, this is weak. Look at the first 30 minutes of this hourly. So we're gonna have to outdo this. 163, and now we have red folder. Yeah, we're gonna have to way outdo this. Anyone took these 30-minute buys up here? 7 a.m. Hope not.
No, I didn't touch that.
Okay. Bad news for the dollar. Gold should be coming up. Gold spiked up. but not driving. I honestly wanted good news for the dollar so we could come back down and trade these ranges down here. Not too excited about all-time highs. This is all clean right here. Roughly 50 pips here.
So if we're driven up straight on the 5 minute and we closed above that level where you just drawn that green area, and we closed above it, lack of bottom wick, would you have potentially taken that on this 5 minute if we had a lower wick and then
if we had a bottom wick here? No, I'm not saying, because here's the thing. Remember we spoke yesterday how the higher time frame here still closed below the range. There's a chance it respected it. There's a chance this one flips. I would need a higher time frame closure up here. I'd probably want the next candle, even if we did. So if let's say if the 5 closed above, I would have wanted that bottom wick to break and give the higher time frame a bottom wick, and then as we start re-breaking highs, then I'll take it. It won't be off the bottom wick.
Got you. Okay, thank you.
I would have just needed this candle to break down here, break that previous 5, which gives the 15, the 30, everything a bottom wick here. Hourly still open, and then as we start breaking highs, so I pointed out this is clean. Once we start re-breaking highs, we'll look for that. But if we had the hourly closed above here, and then we started pulling back here and into this area, and then the 5 closed back above, then we would take it. Like a news trap, and it's been happening a lot over the last half a year. Just we get good news, we get bad news, a small spike up and then drop.
Hey Wix, I know you were joking in the WhatsApp group, but you did change your lot sizes, right?
Oh yeah, no.
Okay, all right, okay.
That cracked me up.
What did I say in the WhatsApp group?
No, someone had made a
Oh
joke
yeah, with Paul.
Who's gonna play Jay?
Oh, you know what? No, I did not. Thank you.
Okay.
He reminded me, and I said, "All right, thank you." And
said,
you're gonna remind me from now on. And
right.
I came on here and I still forgot to do it.
Jeez.
I didn't test the bots yesterday. I'm waiting for him to send me. The bot is gonna be like an app, so I had it like running like an EA on top of the in the terminal, in the MT5 terminal. But what he's doing is he's sending me a bot that's just gonna detect any position I take on any terminal. So I gotta have one terminal open only, and as soon as I take a position, it just detects everything that's happening on all of my MT5s. It's gonna post. But it should be a cleaner look.
Nice.
Hold on 1 second. you look in our WhatsApp group, this is what the bots should be looking like.
Yeah, nice.
Oh yeah, that'll be real good.
It's gonna say open price, adding pineapple, partial closure. See right there, partial pips. That's the only thing being miscounted now. When we on the bot, there's and this is what it looks like when you close. So when we close, the count right now would be correct. It would say cumulative pips. That would be the correct count, and pips closed. That would be the count left on that last closure, right? So technically, when you close everything out, if you were closing partials along the way, pips closed would be the last partial closure, and then the cumulative would be total entry and close price. But the problem right now is it's counting everything correctly except that partial tab. The pips closed, partial pips, it's counting that wrong. But the cumulative, everything else, it's counting correctly, which is already better than the one I'm using right now. Because the one I'm using right now is not giving the final count correctly.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's gonna be good, man.
This one is better. It's it looks nicer, like with the adding pineapple. Like it's not like, you know, it's clear to tell. You'll see 3 pineapples, you'll know it's 3 different entries. You'll see pictures of pineapples. So I think it's going to be nicer, but over the weekend we're going to try to really get the partials correct. But the reason my lot size was off is because yesterday we had 11 lots, and then I closed 9 out of the 11. And for me to do that, I had to change the lot size to 9 to close 9 out of the 11 running. So it came down. It gave us the bottom wick for the 5, the 15, the 30. Everything's got a bottom wick now. If we start closing above on the higher time frame, I will look for bottom wick entries. If we can get a, what do we have next here? An hourly closure. We have a 15 coming up. Yeah, I think if we could get that 1 hour to close here, we'll look for a bottom wick. Although it just made an attempt to come down, so it might not. Yeah, I think these wicks got to be cleared right here. It would fall in line with the news, and that would close the 15. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna put a buy stop over there. If I can get to it on my damn chart. Wicks to the left. How much? 8 pips. Here, let's see. Can we get a better entry maybe? I'm not putting a buy stop just yet. If in 2 minutes we could get a bottom wick, or maybe open up with a top wick, create a bottom wick for the 15 and then re-break the top wick. I'll take the re-break of the top wick here. Just want to make sure we're not driving back down into range. the signals reflect buy stop. I haven't put it down yet, but yeah, it will. If I set a buy stop, it'll show you order pending. It should show. Alright, so 15. Closing. Wow, so respected here. Last second. It's alright, don't be upset. Jay's out there fucking smashing his fucking notebook against the wall.
He wanted that trade, that's why.
Damn it, we closed below. Bam!
Benny knows.
Benny knows I'm mad at him right now. Got this little hairy pothead mug. Someone real mad about that close. Word. That 30's done flipped here, coming down. This could get interesting if this starts re-breaking highs. Closed below, opened up above, right? Jesus. The closure bothers me. It's just, it's there. Like we opened up above, but the closure, we still closed below. We clearly see it, and this was like a clearly identifiable level. So I'm really skeptical about this flip. Yeah, it's got a lot of room here. It looks nice. If we closed a little bit above, I'm probably looking for buy stops, but this is scary. This damn 30. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let the hourly play out and let it, even if it wants to come up, then we'll have a nice entry off the next hourly. This little shit is 10 pips already. And news was bullish, right? Everything was bullish. We got 11 minutes here. You know what? We're gonna take this on the break at a high. I think We should see 10 pips. Right there. I'm taking one entry here. One entry just to see if it can ride up. Everything else will be multiple entries. I just got in on the break of the high here. One lot, and if it pulls back, then I will look for multiple positions. But I think if this pulls up, that's why I'm taking. If this pulls up, it'll just give you 20-30 pips. That's why I'm only taking on one position. And then as we start pulling back, or if we get pineapples, I'll take more. This way I don't miss the drive if it comes up here, but it did wick me in. It did wick me in. And you know what? The bot didn't show a pending order. I think I put pending, and as soon as it taps me in, then it shows in. It's supposed to say pending order, but I guess I got to change that somewhere in the options. Oh, that closed below. Alright, gang, here's what we're gonna do. Once this pulls up, I'm gonna go break even here on that position and let it either rock or it's gonna come back down. So I'm break even here. It's either gonna, oh, there we go, it tapped me out. I was about 8 pips in profit here. I went break even, it just tapped me out. So I figured it's either gonna drive up heavy or it's gonna come back down in range. So that just took me out, but now it's gonna drive up. I gotta manage risk here because the 5 closed below, so if this 5 flips, you see that? That's why I went break even. I only saw about 8 pips, I didn't see more, but if you didn't get tapped, it literally just tapped the BE and went right up. It didn't go any lower. 247 was my entry, went to 244.69. Huh. You don't think this 5-minute flips? Well, if it does, if it flips bearish, I can't let it flip bearish because that's going to be a heavy drive up. Once we rebroke the highs here, I have to go break even. I'm not expecting it to come back down in range. Fill the wick. That's about it. It's such a difficult read because of where we closed and then where we opened. It didn't open on the same spot. We closed above. I mean, it closed below, but opened above. So which level is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I was looking at this one on my own, I probably would have stayed out of that because of that altogether.
The problem is sometimes when it opens above, can I now read that candle as a closure above? Like, did it close like this? Right? Was this the closure? Above the range?
Right. You don't know which is valid.
Or did it close below and then this one and then it did this, really? It's really not too clear, but like, here's the thing. As we've made that bottom wick and attempted to come down, why didn't we just come down? And as we start coming up, you're thinking to yourself, all right, we have news that came out in our direction. We've made the attempt to come down. We're re-breaking highs. right? But the hourly's not closed yet, and we still have this closure below the range. So that's why I'm like, all right, I'm taking one so I don't miss it if it runs, because there's a lot of range. And I'm going to manage risk once it gets up to 10 pips. I'm just going to go break even. It got up to around 8. I went break even. Now we wait 6 minutes for the 1 hour closure. Problem with this 5, you don't want it closing within these wicks now. You want a clear closure above, which means this level.
You literally just answered my next question. I was going to ask that if it closes above those wicks, or does it have to close above those wicks?
It doesn't necessarily have to close above the wicks, but if there's wicks that are falling in line with a closure here, yeah, I'd want that. I want it to close above. And a lot of times, I don't mind if it closes within the wicks, if let's say we're looking at this candle right now, but we've already had 1, 2, 3 closures here that have failed. If we close within this area, we might just open up straight down without a top wick from all these rejections. So if it was only 1 wick, fine, but 3 wicks like that, 3 candles in a row, and then we're closing in this area, right? And we still have stuff in the way above them. Yeah, let's get a closure above everything. Shit, I wouldn't mind if this drives up 100 pips and gives us a top and pulls back with a top wick. We'll trade it to the wick. You got to be careful with this closure. You got levels here running across the board, right? The advantage point here was only to fill the wick, 30 pips. Once here, if you're still in there, it's full closure. Waiting on the hourly. Three minutes here for the 1 hour. We have no data to the left, and we're in clean range right now. Two minutes for the 1 hour. We broke that high here, didn't we? I think it just broke it. Yep. 2 minutes. We want a top wick. Pull back. Alright, you know what? Actually, no, I'm not going to do that here. I was going to say open up a single lot here, but I wanted to pull back. Let it pull back right now to those wicks, and I'll open a single lot to the previous wicks. Once this range, I want there to be a range for us to fill. I don't want to just take it off this. So once if we can pull back to these wicks.
I took that off the 1 minute once we'd broken up above that level, and then there's a 1 minute wick on spot.
It pulled back.
Pulled back,
on
literally
spot.
tap that wick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I want. I wanted to pull back to right to these areas once we've created that wick so we can fill it. Now, if we tap this area and refill the wick, now there's range for us. I didn't see it pull back. Maybe on spot that next candle did that. That gave you that steeper bottom wick. I didn't see it. This is good though. If this 1 minute can pull back heavy, can come back. Oh man, that would leave us a top wick for the 1 hour. Should give us some good entries. That sucks. This might come straight up as it's closing out the candle bullish, I think, on the 5. Yeah. Straight up.
If you were in a trade then and it closed with no wick, top wick, would you carry on staying in the trade thinking it's going to shoot up?
Say that again?
If you were in that trade then and it closed on the hour with no top wick, would you think, right, I'm staying in here because I think it's going to carry
No,
on
I
shooting
close
up?
it. I close it immediately. If the hourly closes no top wick at all, yeah, close it right as the candle closes. I would close. It didn't close with a massive top wick here either. We were right about this range filling quickly. It's clean range, but just didn't pull back to it. Don't like taking the little pip rebreak out of range unless with really high volume because other times you'll break that by a pip. That's where a lot of orders sit. You'll break it and come right back down. But if you break it, give a wick and pull back to it, you have a wick to fill. You have some range. That's why I like pullbacks to these areas. We got 2 more red folders here in an hour. Let's see, maybe we can come down heavy for NYC open.
That's what I was gonna say. It kind of mirroring that move when it broke all-time highs last time. We didn't quite get there, but
Well, that's what
yeah,
we'll
right
see
there.
if we start getting these closures down here. I think probably below here. Yeah, I mean, we're looking for this. You don't know if it's mirroring it until we start making our way down, getting closures. For now, it's just a reaction at 32.20, 32.50, 32.53. Yeah, my last Friday trade was 3 weeks ago, 3 Fridays ago. $15.30 breaking the highs. Really haven't had an A1 setup.
Have you got any stats on, like, you just said like A1? If you say you got like a 3 tiers of grade of trade, where like the A1, you'd say you only ever really see one pineapple on,
An
and
A1
then you
setup,
could then alter your lots on those sort of setups.
an
Or
A1
is that
setup
overcomplicating it?
A1 setup would be a clean drive outside the range on a previous candle. Would be an opening with a bottom wick without creating a top wick first. It wouldn't be closing within any wicks. Like there's, we're not being at all-time highs where stuff is arbitrary. We haven't really seen clean A1 setups, like perfect entries where I'd be okay with the first entry, just stacking. Been a while. This isn't an A1 setup where it created a top wick first. Doesn't have a massive top wick on the previous candle. We're below the resistance. Once we're above it, we're at all-time highs. So I want to see sells because there's clear, identifiable range down. Any kind of break of the highs doesn't mean we're moving up. Just we're heading to resistance once we tap here again. Right? It's decision time. And news wasn't massively off. Just a little bit off what's expected. we're to come up, this should blast right through it. If we're gonna come down, this should reject heavy here. We shouldn't pop here. But if we pop, highly likely we're waiting on a closure for NYC open. Come on, drive. Used to be all over these positions. We wouldn't break anything, close anything. Just I see market moving up. Buy, buy, buy. Moving down. Sell, sell, sell. They get caught. Get trapped. Remember, I said if you're not too sure, just wait a little. Wait a little. It'll make things will become a lot clearer. Go outside, Benny. Go. Go, go. Come here. Yeah, for me to look for buys above here, this candle is going to have to create range. We're going to need that top wick in terms of range. We either reject or we push up hard and we get range. So it's either this candle is going to have to do something like this, and then I'll trade it, or this candle is going to have to give us a range to break out. Not this specific candle, price in general. It's going to have to really come down here. See something like this. Our sell areas right there. These are our A1 setups. This will finish out the range. We will look to mirror everything that's happened here to the left. Last time we came down like this, right? Top wicks, bring us back down. If we come down to these areas and we're not able to catch anything, or if we come down to these areas and we did catch something, then we come back up above the range here, we will look for buys here. It's the only other buys, right? If we're able to come down, tap supports here at range 2. We get down to here. If we do this, I'll take buys up here. Bottom wick, buys to finish up the range and continue up. I just doubt we'll do that. We're so bullish right now. Keep respecting this area, but we're still pretty bullish. I truly think we're going to push up above this, but I think it, so I'm not going to tell the market to do it until it does it. I'm just going to watch it. That's what I believe will happen, and we'll set up after that happens. But I'm not going to trade what I think will happen. I'm going to let it print, and then I'll trade what should happen typically after what I think will happen. I'm up 3% on a day. Should I stop trading for the day at this point? If you feel like you're all there mentally, like if you're having a sharp day, trade. You might show up tomorrow less sharp, but because you didn't win, because you haven't had any trades yet, you'll trade. Or not tomorrow, Monday. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, if you have mental clarity, if you're there, you trade. If you're not all there, if you're second guessing yourself, like I feel you're second guessing yourself right now, then call it. Take smaller positions. Take a feeler position on the first one, right? And then have your pineapples ready to go, but wait for your setup. I've gone from a big winning day to a losing day far too often. That's happened to me too. I go from winning days to losing days. Gotta delete everything you wrote. Why? Because it's everything that I just said. Fuck it, post it. Careful here. As long as the previous 15 hasn't broken the lows yet, this candle can still flip here very easily because we're above support. Or we're tapping supports. NYC open here in 10 minutes. While we're in range 2, as we're coming down to range 2, we're still likelier to close back up in range 1, so that the probability here is still on buys. Still better for buys. Once you start getting closures into range 2 and start getting supports and breaking those supports, you can start switching your buys. But for now, it's all buys. Even though we see it trickling down here. The 15 break at a low technically should bring you down here. This is clean range to the left, but where this is range 2 for me, so it's not as high a probability of coming down as it would be below here. What stops here? 86 pips. $15 broke lows on spot. Oh yeah. And it closed below here on the 5. It's a lot cleaner on spot gold than it is on the 5 close, no bottom wick. Can make a bottom wick and come up. We'll see. So we could say it bounced off a support here, right? It's coming up, so it's creating another range below here. Let's see what it does. Tempted to drive back up in range. This is interesting. Remember, the fake out is always with bias, so this closure back in range is not the fake out. The fake out will be if we, after closing back in range, we close back outside it, back up into range 1. That's the fake out. We shall see. One minute here for this 5. 40 seconds. Is it gonna start breaking now? 40 seconds. Pulled back here. Let's see. Clean range here to the left. Like how we bounced off here. 5 minutes. Let's see how the 5 closed. Looking like it should come down. I think on the break of the lows, we might look for something here. It just, there's range. I want disclosure. What's the 30 look like? 30 bearish. Expect a top wick on the next 30 in 4 minutes, right? It's NYC open volume. We're just going to need a break of support and a closure on a smaller time frame. So if this can close bullish here, right? If we can establish this support, and then we can say this was range 1, this is range 2. And then if the next 30 can open with a top wick, right? And bring us down. Maybe after the first 5 closes, I will look for these sells, because now that's a range 2 breakout. But I'm going to need this support to hold here, and then we're going to need the next candle to break the low if we're going to come down to create that range 2. Would you classify closing candle with 3 or 4 pips, still no bottom wick, 1, 2 pips? If it's an hourly candle, and or if the candle's moved, let's say 100 pips or 80 pips, yeah, and we have a 3 to 4 pip top wick. It'll be relative to our volume. So what the market's doing, right? Remember we said while we're here, while we're in range 2, we're still likelier to close back up into range 1 for a fake out than we are to come down. Two minutes here till NYC open. NYC volume should be heavy here. We're just at a higher time frame decision area, and if NYC is the next catalyst, and then 10 a.m. in 30 minutes we have 2 red folders as well. This is going to be there should be a lot of volume here coming up. All right, NYC open here. 3, 2, 1. Closed below, opened above. Did we hold or did we, no, it's kind of arbitrary here. Hourly looking like it might flip bullish. 30 looking like it's creating a top wick, which is, I think, the more likelier scenario, but it's weird closure and opening. There's nothing here for me. At least not yet. Well, 30's created that bottom wick. And now coming back up. That is a lot of volume. This shit's moving quick. Excuse me.
Not gonna lie, Wix. These are the type of days where I'm like, man, do I know what I'm doing here? You know what I mean? Like,
Accounts
it
get
makes me
destroyed
question
here.
everything, man.
But it's not
No,
about
it's
if you
I'm
know
not
what you're
doing that.
doing. You don't really have to know what you're doing here. You have to know what you do usually. And
True,
if you don't see
true,
any of that, man, just avoid it. I don't see what I
Yep.
usually do, so I'm just kind of avoiding it. Yeah, I obviously I want some trades here, right? This is the volume time where like we didn't stream. We're doing the inner circle. We want some trades for the inner circle, right? I'm highly motivated to get some good trades in here, but I'm also like, if I don't see what I don't see, we can force stuff. I
absolutely,
don't want to
man.
force it.
Yes, sir.
It's got to come to us. Can't tell the market what to do.
Absolutely.
So it's not really about, do you know what you're doing? Yeah, it's like, yeah, some people are placing trades, some are losing, some are winning. Doesn't necessarily mean they know what they're doing, right? It's just, you can't sway. You have to keep doing like your thing, what you know.
Right.
Broke all-time highs. I mean, do we pull back heavy? Do we drive up 300 pips? I don't know, but it's not worth taking a risk here until I know exactly what I want to see. I don't know how I'm going to manage risk here if I have positions here, because I just not something I look for here. Once this pulls up heavy and creates some range, I can look to trade it.
Yeah, you called it though. You said it was gonna most likely do this. And it's exactly what it's doing.
And call it, we're just playing the probability game, right? And until that range 2 breakout, we're still likely to come back up in range. It's the way we closed here, if the next candle did this the opposite way, we would be looking for sells, right? We would have our range 2 breakout. Now we're just kind of driving with structure. And the key will be to fill the whatever range it creates right now, which could be off the 5. That's why I'm on the 5 right now. 5's closing here in 90 seconds, and that could be our first initial attempt.
Okay, so I was actually just going to ask that. So if we start to see a couple bearish candles, like that's when you'll start to mark out.
Candles. I want to see this candle pull back and the very next candle. I'm just looking to trade the very next 5.
Okay. I didn't know if you were gonna. Would you mark out new ranges? When would you mark out new ranges? I think
We're creating a new range 1, so it'll be created for us. And right now, this is range 1. Trade sells still range 2 down here right now, 32.48.
Right.
Probably below the spot we're driving from, 32.46 here. We'll adjust it if we see it coming back down. So we got 30 seconds, so there's 5 to close. Oh, the 1 gave a bottom wick, but you know, we want the 5. 15. We want these smaller time frame candles to give us our move now. We want the first initial move. The trade here will be a smaller position than any trade. below. So this first one will probably, if we come down first here. Oh, we made a top wick. Let's see if we come down. We've tapped it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a single position here to start re-breaking the highs. So we saw a reaction here, right? So I'm gonna move stops to break even and look for a re-break of the highs. This is a risk-free trade now. Let's see if we can come up and start filling some of this wick. I'm gonna close full right there. Boom. Just closed. I only took one single position here because if it runs, it's gonna pay us. If it doesn't run, I just closed full here at the top of the wick. So that came out to 34 pips. 34 on the dot. And it's just, like I said, if we took multiple positions, obviously it would be like 60 something. But my logic behind this, if this comes down heavy, we're gonna need those extra pineapples. If it doesn't, if it comes up heavy, we're gonna get enough to actually make some money. There's a lot of range here. There's 60 pips worth of total range, right? If we get half of it, which we pretty much did, we got a little more than half, 34. But that paid us, so W, sniped it.
It's still blowing my mind that I just made, or just collected 30 pips in 40 seconds. It's crazy. I really got to get used to this movement, man.
I'm getting used to it. You see, I'm taking a smaller initial entry. You could call it a feeler entry because you don't want to miss it, but you also don't want to be in a really bad spot if you're wrong.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. That's exactly what I've been doing. Just so far, so good.
If this was a smaller range, I might have taken a double entry because I wouldn't think that first one can pay us, but I would have still, like, if I took 2 here, my pineapple would have been 3 entries. Ranges are so big. We gotta adjust risk, and then if we're trading with a smaller risk, when it drives, it'll still pay us like what we're used to. Now we're waiting for a higher time frame closure, which would be the hourly. But in the 30 here, the 30 or the hourly, because at this point, any more positions, you're settling. Now, the optimal entry was where we took it. Everything else is just settling until you're closing on the higher time frame or until you're breaking out of ranges. And we have yet to establish this range. So once it's established, then we can. But you want to take, you don't want, like I said, you want to take that first initial, that's why I said I'm looking for the next 5. The first initial pullback and fill, because everything else in this range is arbitrary. It can start filling up, down here, and you don't know if it's going to go up or down. But the first one, the very first retest where you're looking to fill, that's the one that you want to be in on, because that's the most likely one to work out. Because you know you're going to price is going to retest that area. Excuse me. By the time you get here on a 30, right? It kind of looks good, but price has already done what we were looking for it to do. It's already made that bottom. It's already it's not in terms of what the candles look like. If there's a lot of volume and it's playing out really fast, it's not going to look like you want it to look on the higher time frame. The smaller time frames are just going to go up, down, up, retest to do all of that you're looking for, and then come down. See? Yeah, yo. W. So that first initial one is the high probability one. Everything else after that, right? You saw it playing here. Everything else, this was the one you want to take, that first pullback to your area. That's why if we didn't close there, if we didn't have a 5 closure, if we just came down to that area, I would have still taken it because it was highly likely we were retesting it. And we were just refilled its own candle. Ha ha ha. What a pull down.
Jeez, dude. Perfect exit on that. Now, it didn't feel like help me out here. It didn't feel the complete range, but what made you close at that point? What were you seeing there? It was happening so fast. I'm trying to keep up, but
For what specifically? We don't have any levels here.
yeah. So what made you close there
So
instead of waiting for
it made a
to fill the
top wick.
hole?
It made a top wick first. It
Mhm.
broke the lows. It came back and it broke that top wick. And typically, right above that level is where people put orders for buy stops.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so
Got
I
it,
typically, if that's where they're putting orders in, I'm gonna exit because I know it right at the break of that high. A lot of people are putting buy stops. Oh, we broke the high. We're gonna fill the range.
Yeah.
For
right.
me, I look at it as like, all right, if everyone's putting their buy stops there, once we get there, market's gonna react. It's gonna pull back or it's gonna blast right through it, but I'm not gonna wait on it. If I had multiple positions here, I might say, all right, let me close half, stops to break even. If it reacts against me, boom, I'll be out of break even. If it reacts for me, we'll be in massive profits. But I only had one position running. I'm not gonna risk losing all of it, knowing that there's a lot of orders as soon as we re-break that high. Markets made a high, came back down, gave us a bottom wick, and started coming up here, re-breaking a high. As soon as it re-broke it, I just started closing. I know my logic's
Makes
a bit backwards because, like I said, people, you see a re-break at a high, you're taking buys, thinking it's going to continue. But where is it continuing to? If I have a advantage point and I can leave a runner, fine. But I don't have much of an advantage point. Maybe the top of this previous wick, but I only had one lot running, one position. I can't break that in half on a.
Makes sense, man.
So people have their orders there. I'll close where people have their orders, and then we were talking about this yesterday, right? Your entries where my TP is, or something like that. Your TP is my entry. Your entry is my TP. Remember, no range 2 breakout, you're still likelier to come back up in range versus continuing down. So if this is at the moment, let's get rid of this. That was our entry. Moment, this is range 1, this is range 2. Remember, for range 2, you're still likelier to come back up than you are to continue down. Until that range 2 breakout happens, you're still likelier. You can find, I don't know where the support's going to be, right? It's going to be, it's kind of arbitrary where it found it here, right? So, but it still found that support. So you would need a break of that support and a closure for a range 2 breakout. But before that happens, you're still likelier to come back up. Until that happens, this is the off chance. The likelihood is continue back up. Remember, it's like 3 to 1. That's when you start trading. I remember they used to teach structure, the person that taught me, and they would say, all right, do a trend line, and you can expect 3 bounces off a trend line, right? So we would draw like this. So what that meant was 3 bounces with 3 times it would continue in your direction. The 4th time it would break on average, right? The 4th time it would break structure and go the other way. So that's why I say on average, you're likelier 3 to 1 to continue. Right, every 3 pushes, every 4th push will break below. But that's just how they used to teach me, like when I started, right? It was just 3 pushes, create structure, you need 3 taps on a trend line. But if you think about it, that's just basically, the market is 3 times likelier to continue than it is to reverse. That's just how I read that. I don't trade trend lines, I don't look at that, but just like the logic behind it, I understand that it just means that the market is likelier, odds are 3 to 1 likelier to continue versus reversing. Hold on, so thank you for the tea, it was good. It was something in there was bitter though. It was either lemon or honey. Lime. Yeah. All right, so let's see if this can close here. Remember, we have news here coming up. So let's not get ahead of it. We might want to be able to wait for news. I see the 15 closing lovely here. But the 5 is not looking great. You want wicks on everything. You don't want to hold smaller time frame resistances or levels here because those are the only levels we have here, right? So the only valid thing right now is a 5-minute level here. That's all I have. That closed really with not much of a top wick. It did close above, and the 15 did close with a nice top wick above that 5-minute level. But think to yourself now this. You've already rejected off this area, right? This is where we took entry. So you probably need a steeper area. But if you're now taking an entry at this steeper area and you're stuck here for the next 10 minutes below here, right? If the market decides to do this, worst case scenario, you only have 10 minutes. You only have 2 5-minute candles to get you out of there, because right after that is news, and news is a catalyst on its own that can just do this. Right? And then you're like, shit, price is on my keyboard. So don't put yourself in a bad situation. Wait for the news to tap here. I clearly see that there's a chance, right? This 15 closed great. There's a chance we come up, but there's a chance we flip on this 30. There's a chance the hourly comes back down, re-breaks the lows, right? We've already grabbed a lot of orders. Look at this. Only 15 looked good when we closed. That's it. Nothing else. Right? And you don't know. 10 minutes to news. What if the news is priced in? And what if people markets
Wix,
are
we got
reacting?
someone at the Zoom door. I think they lost connection.
Yep. Jan. Thank you. Yeah, so I mean, let's respect the news. Let's respect the markets. Your stop loss my entry, or your entry's my TP. But man, if this pushes down and news comes out good for the dollar and we set up structure wise, we have a lot of clean range to trade down here. Up here, I mean, God knows what's up here. But we can clearly see what's down here. Look how it's pushing. Look how it's volume. Like last 15 before impact news, high impact news. Your leverage, if you're on futures, is going to drop significantly here, maybe by 4, by multiples of 4 or 5. Right, you get paid to wait here, right? You'll wait for 3 to 4 hours, and then you'll take a trade for that lasts you 1 minute, right? It feels like a lot of volume's happening, but when you get yours, you'll get paid. Just wait for yours. China admits its role on US hacking attacks. Stunning report on China. China decided to start hacking the US government after the tariffs.
Man. And they just admitted to their role in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They're about to fold.
It's not that they admitted it. It's the U.S. has like intelligence reports where they've had no choice but to admit.
Yep. I know they were trying to hold out as long as they could on Trump's tariffs, but they're gonna fold.
Well, the thing was, everyone was afraid that other countries might start creating alliances with China, but Trump was like, "Hey, don't retaliate. We're good. 10%."
Right.
So he can't afford to have other countries align with China. So that's why he's
Right.
like, "All right, Japan, Taiwan, Korea, Vietnam, everybody, just you're getting 10%, only China." So the other countries are like, "We like you, China, but we need the U.S. market. We're just gonna
Right. Exactly.
we fuck with you, but you ain't paying our bills."
There you go.
Oof. Re-break. Technically, below here, right? The range to break out, the cleanest. Not even. I don't even know if I want to keep this as a level. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of everything. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I like remarking up my charts quite a few times during the session. Just kind of gives me a fresh perspective. It's annoying. I used to hate doing this when I just started trading. Oh, I gotta remark this whole thing up. Oh, but like it gives me a better understanding. Refresh. It's like hitting a refresh button. This is a range, but the higher time frames never had a closure up there. I don't think I want to count that as a... I think this is what we're looking like right now, and we want sells below here. Thing is, when this range is so big, you see this is 150 pips. We'll probably create another range too within here, and then we'll look to trade the. If we're gonna come down, well, most likely, I don't think we'll see this. It's possible, but this is like 400 pips of movement. We'll probably see market on the smaller time frame, right? Come down here, and there's gonna be some play in this range that'll create some kind of a support for us, right? And then we'll look for closures below that support to trade. We'll trade anything down here. Top wick. Yeah. Five minutes to news here. Consumer sentiment, inflation expectations. Are these numbers out already? Inflation expectations. Percentage of consumers expect the price of goods and services to change during the next 12 months. Actual, grade, and forecast is good for currency. There are two versions of this data released 14 days apart, preliminary and revised. The preliminary release is the earlier and thus tends to have the most impact. Expectation of future inflation can manifest to real inflation primary. Tend to push for higher wages and they believe prices will rise. Consumers, which ask respondents where they expect price to be 12 months in the future. There's no expected numbers for this, for inflation. University of Michigan, okay. Lots of times we got good news. Gold dropped. Expecting bad numbers. Anything above 54 will be good numbers. Right, we see quite a few ranges here on the 5, but the clear identifiable ranges that fall in line with the higher time frame. You see on the 5 is level here, is level here, is level here. The ones that fall in line with the higher time frames. Boom, boom, that's the ones we're going to leave on here. Two minutes here. 2 minutes. I saw that helicopter fall yesterday in New York.
Dude, I saw that, man. That was tough.
A whole family in there.
Yeah, that was hard to watch. I can't.
They showed the video. The helicopter landed in the water upside down.
Yeah,
how
it hit hard too. I mean, that thing was in a free fall, man.
Yeah, I don't know how it got upside down, and like it was chunks of it flying, like something hit it in the air or something, or like it hit a power line, or like a drone crashed into it, because they're like something, because chunks of it were like it was split, like it was in pieces.
Yeah, because I think they tried to say was the engine just failed, right, or something.
Yeah, but then like fine, the whole piece would come down, right? It was
right,
exactly down in pieces.
I mean, it was in an absolute free fall, like you said, like it hit something and just started spinning out of control.
Yeah, that, and then in DR, did you see that they fucking had a roof collapse? They're like professional baseball players in there. Like that was crazy. They showed a video of that too yesterday. I was like, what? What is going on?
That was wild.
The roof collapsed. It killed like the entire club. Like 60 people or something.
A lot of people. It's always tough watching those videos because you see these people partying and you're thinking, man, they have no idea. Yeah, like, wow, these people have no idea what's about to happen to them.
The same thing with this family that was flying out of New York, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, they were from Spain, and this was like their last trip. Like they were about to go get on the plane to go back home before their vacation is up. That was like their last little thing they were doing.
Yep. It made me think like me and the family took a trip to San Antonio, and that's something we did. We went up in a helicopter for a while, and then maybe flash back to that. Like, damn. Like you just think you're going for a ride. Yeah, man. That's tough.
I'm good. I just want to be on the ground. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I don't like heights.
Telling you, it makes you think a little more about it for sure.
Like, I'm cool with taking the train.
Bro,
I'm cool with it. All right, we got news here.
Came out bad for the dollar.
Yeah, it came out really bad. So, all-time highs, here we come.
Technically, yeah. We'll see.
This good numbers, but we had no forecast there. Interesting. It's a good whipsaw. This came out better than last month numbers, right? So which should drop gold, but this came out worse, which should raise gold. For now, we're still stuck in this range. Nothing we can do here. Trump just tweeted, working on papers to withhold all federal funding from any city or state. Oh, that's the maintain sanctuary status, sanctuary cities? Hell yeah. Targeting sanctuary city funding. This guy's just signing order after order every day. Biden could never.
Burning through it, man. It's crazy. Like,
he's got to get shit done.
Holding nothing back. Yeah.
Because he realized, like, first of all, he doesn't have a re-election. He doesn't care what you guys think. Like, he's gonna do what's right for the country. He doesn't care what Democrats think, Republicans. Like, he's gonna build his team. He's gonna do what he can, what's within his power, and he's gonna do it while he can. He realized after the first term, I think, that, like, hey, man, some things just, like, you need to push through, and it's got to get done. Otherwise, nobody will do it.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, second term, he's got.
He's an incumbent.
I shouldn't say nothing to lose, but you know, he's.
Usually, people like presidents suck in their second term. They usually don't do much. They get reelected, and then they just tend to line their pockets with different deals, right? They get they give out government contracts. They pardon people. It's just
right.
They don't get much policy done. Trump's been all policy. It's crazy. It's good though. Look at this. This nice little whipsaw. Good numbers and bad numbers, right? So it came up, coming down. No clear direction established. Let's see if we can establish support here on the 15. And create a top wick and come down, not drive, and then a re-break. Yeah, so if we could see something like this, that would make sense. If we can come up in terms of grabbing orders here and create a top wick, and then flip bearish, right, and then flip bearish off that top wick, come down here and not drive and respect this area, and then reflip bullish to eventually look like this. As we start re-breaking that top wick, I'll look for buys here. But what I want is orders grab to drive down, a failed drive, and then I will look for a re-break of the highs here. It's the only way I can look for buys right now. Sells, range to breakout. We're going to need to come down heavy. We're just decision-making area. See people taking buys here, sells here. You say to yourself, I'm just going to, you know what? Block this part out. And I'm going to let it make a decision. Don't really care. Don't let the emotions get the best of you over there. First 5 minutes of the news, so it's really whipsawed here. Up, down, back up. These whipsaws are 100 pips though. Okay, breaking that 15. It's our song. Previous 4 hour did close bearish. Closed bearish holding support. Break of these highs is a seller play on the 4 hour. What are we doing? You're just gonna see a wick printed here without the price getting there. What the hell? Oh, I gotta update the record. I didn't do that. $30 side by side. The hourlies are side by side. Need to push out of the range. Oh, holy shit. Look at the Discord voice chat. Nice. Nice. Did they have any positions in there? How's Turpy doing?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but man, Turpy's really been man, he's really stepped up because I know yeah, and it's so impressive because just what was it, a month ago? He sounded like he was done, man.
He took a break for a while, maybe like a week. Yeah.
He's been killing it. So
you got to take a break, got to step away, got to recalibrate. Some people it's a week, a month. Some people it's a day. Some people 20 minutes. You need to recalibrate. He's been doing it for a while, so he's
okay.
I know he held to some massive drawdown the other day. It was like, you're holding this? Yeah. But he won. So W.
Nice. Yeah, I'll be honest, like I try to hop in there every now and then and when Eddie's doing his thing, but it confuses me just a little bit because I'm trying to focus on the way you're doing it.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean? So
we're not all trading the same,
yeah, but they're killing it, man. They're absolutely killing it. I just don't want to muddy the waters too much in my brain, if that makes sense.
I mean, the knowledge is the same. I mean, their foundation is pretty much the same. Like, it's just
Right.
they
Right.
build on top of what we do
Yeah.
in their own way.
Yeah, I watch Eddie stream a lot, but they're trading on like the 1 minute a lot of times. So it's a lot.
True.
It's different than how you trade wicks.
No, I don't go.
Foundation could be the same, but
I
yeah.
don't look at this like for entries. It's tough. I'll trade the 1 minute if the hourly and the 5 and the 30 and they're all set up, and the 1 minute. If we have massive range, like, or maybe the new all-time highs where the first levels we're forming are off the 1 minute initially. But try to stay off of there, because your bias will change within the next minute, and it's like, holy shit! Oh, now we're bullet. Oh, now we're bearish.
Exactly.
It's like 1 minute.
Especially with these candles being as big as they are, man. A 1 minute candle can be 30 pips right now. It's like, wait a minute. I can't. I just can't. Not yet.
It's very emotional during the 1 minute. Like, this shit's just moving. It's always moving. It's just easier to watch on the hourly. You're like, all right. It's tough. Some people don't switch time frames at all. Some people are like, all right, I trade the 5 and that's all I'm going to do. We're just going to sit here on the 5. We're going to look for moves as the 5 is moving up or down.
That was pretty much me, but now I'm, trying to see it how you see it now, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll move through the time frames. You have all this data at your disposal. Why not use it? Why not utilize it?
Yeah, because what you said first thing this morning, I feel like I always catch one thing that you've probably said before that I feel like I missed. But when you talked about the wicks on the higher time frames probably being like a 5 minute level.
Yeah, probably 5 minutes.
I don't know why I just heard it this time. I know you've probably said that before, but I'm like, there it is. There's always this one little nugget I get, just makes it worth it.
I say just go to the 5 minute to extend the ranges. And you'll typically, when you have a strong drive like this wick, there are smaller time frame closures in here. Wick is a range, so on a smaller time frame, we got to be able to see that range, right? We go to the 5, we see clear, identifiable closures right there, and the 5 keeps respecting it. So there's probably closure somewhere up in the small time frame. Same thing when we had these wicks right here, right? There's probably a closure over there. We drop down 15, lined up all across.
Yeah, it makes so much sense, man. It really does.
So I don't understand when people just stick to one time frame. Like, yeah, fine, you make it easy, but you can make it even easier by making it a little more complicated. Make it easier on making a correct decision by doing a little bit more work and scrolling through time frames. Close with no top wick on the 5. You should see a reaction there. There we go. Kind of tapped it, but I don't know if we'll reject here or if we continue. But we should see a reaction. That's what we're seeing right now. This also doesn't mean we're driving down. This could be the higher time frame creating this top wick here. you always ask me, why don't you just trade that reaction? Why don't you just trade off of this? Because that's a decision-making area, right? I don't know if it's going to blast through it or pull back down. I just know that we should see a strong reaction here. Could have tapped this area and then blasted up. Could have gotten here and just, you know, smashed back down like it did. So typically I avoid these areas. I know where they are. I avoid them unless they line up with structure for me. I think the market will move. We should have another opportunity here. Eddie trades more like the old Don. Now with indicators, what do you mean? I think Nick trades. Oh, buy stops, sell stops. I got you. Yeah, I think Nick trades more or less like the old Don, like our old strategy. Hourly looked like it was going to come up heavy at one point. Small little 100 pip pullback.
Yeah, just
a reaction.
little something light.
TT Nick. Or Nick W. TT Nick. Yeah, that one. Yeah. It's Friday, gang. It's the weekend. The weekend's upon us. It's beautiful. Love the weekend.
Just about made it through another one, man.
Yeah, we'll make it through many
Oh,
more.
I hear that sandpaper again.
Sandpaper?
No, I was messing with Jace. I know he's rubbing his hand.
Oh, yo. Oh, damn, Reg, I was actually. That's funny. I'm telling you, man, I don't even realize I'm doing it. That's so funny you caught that. I absolutely was just doing that. Damn, that's crazy. People used to clown me in school for doing that. Yo, who am I? Who am I? And they start rubbing their hands together. Like, man, fuck you.
If I'm going camping, I'm taking you with me. Like, yo, go start a fire, please.
See? I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't know what it is. I've been doing it since I was a kid. That was crazy.
Be like, what you doing putting up a tent? Don't you know you got a natural talent for building fires? Go build a fire. We'll put up the tent.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy, Reg. Caught that. I didn't even know I was. I didn't even realize I was just doing it.
I was just teasing because I remember Wix was teasing you about
No,
it.
but you're right, man. It's hilarious. I love it.
I didn't notice it this time. Yeah,
But you
but
actually
until
caught
you
it.
said it, I was like, damn, there's sandpaper right there.
Is it Jay starting fires again?
Wow. This hasn't been a simple morning to trade. We haven't really driven. Everything's been side by side. This is our session right here so far.
Yeah, that's been. I feel like that's been not the norm, but like you said, it's been a lot of movement.
It's just
Huge
not going
pips,
anywhere.
but exactly. 100 pips up, 100 pips down, but it's really not.
I mean, for
Going
the
anywhere.
session, it's been really moving outside the session. It's been moving past New York. It's been moving in London. It's been moving later on in the day.
Yeah,
Yesterday, look, the entire day up.
look at
We
that.
spent the
yeah.
New York session right here, ranging 10 a.m. Fuck, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through the closure.
Crazy.
And then Asian opened up and bang. Right? London. Oh, I got the drive also. And then New York hits, and we're fucking ranging here. This was London, the big drive. This was after New York, right here, the big drive. This was between the markets, the pullback. And we've ranged through New York. Just the market cycle we're in. There's no more news, there's no more red folders, everything's gone. Just fuck you then. $30's gonna close here. Bearish 15, bullish 30. Hourly still open. Previous hourly we closed bearish, but we are at support. So just, there's reasons for buys, reasons for sells. Time frames telling us different stories. Levels telling us different stories. We're obligated to wait here. Do we just hold resistance or are we holding support? Which one is it? You know what I mean? So we're still in a range. Let's get out of here. This was a news candle. Spiked for 150, closed at 50. I don't know.
Yeah, I know it's money to be made in these markets, but man, I don't know how you can trade that.
You don't. You wait.
Yeah, us, right. We wait, yeah, for sure.
Some waiting involved. The problem right now is, right, if you start coming down and breaking lows, you had a bullish closure on the 30. You could be grabbing a bottom wick. So you're going to need breaks of these wicks here and closures below the range on the 5, 15, whatever it is. So I want to see both. I want to see the price break the wicks, and I also want to see closures below the range. I don't care if it's within the wicks or not, but just let's break these lows to create a lower low. It would help us with structure, and then closures down here. Especially if we can do something like this. I'm looking for top hook sells. Let's see. That would also flip the hourly and the 2 hour, I think. Yep. And the 4 hour. All right, if it's going to come down, it would be off this area, the 15 range, top of the wick. So you're either going to see it pull back down to break the lows, or we're going to continue up. But it should come down off this area if it is going to come down. This song sucks. I hate this song. Some people will sit through the whole morning not having any positions and then be like, fuck it, I gotta take an entry here. I gotta get something in.
I'll be honest with you, man. I love the challenge of being patient. I love it. I look forward to it every day because it's
Builds character.
It does. I mean, I'm trying not to go off on a
Tangent.
different direction, but yo, it affects so many different parts of my life, man. I can't even explain it. Like, I love the challenge of being patient.
I have it in my intro. Trading is a mirror.
Yep.
It's gonna show you who you really are in real life outside of trading.
It's so true, man. Especially when I can get through a day, regardless of what else happens today, man. I called a good trade sitting here with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so to me, it was worth it. It was worth it. So it validates the patience.
Yeah. It's how you gotta keep. It's how you gotta keep practicing, and eventually this becomes habit, right?
Yes. Like for me, I noticed, and I tell this to my daughters, that pay attention to how long it takes you to build a habit. Like for me, it takes about 3 weeks before a routine becomes a habit. You know what I mean?
21 days. 21 days.
Yeah. Some people it's shorter, some people it's more. But once you get it, like you said, it's almost easy at that point because you feel weird if you don't do it.
Go to the gym for 3 weeks straight. I bet you week 4, you're not going to have no issues getting yourself motivated for the gym. You're just going to get up and do it.
Exactly. Absolutely. You just got to fight through that first 3 weeks.
Yep.
But I love it, man. I love the challenge. And it is a challenge every day.
Yeah, every day's a challenge.
Yeah.
You're going to have to challenge yourself every day for the next decade.
Right. I mean, because I hear how long you've been doing this, and it's like,
It's a
man,
challenge
I got a ways to go.
every day.
It's still a challenge, right? Exactly.
We've been here every day for like over 3 years, almost 4 years. Yeah, there's over 1,000 live streams on YouTube.
That's
Like,
amazing.
we have over 1,000 live streams. That's like a full year is not 365 days. You know, a full year is like 200 something days of streaming. We have over 1,000 live streams.
Yeah. That's a lot of hours you put in, man.
As I said, I put in like a way more, like a college and a doctorate degrees worth of time into doing this. Right.
No doubt.
I think I read a good stat somewhere that like on average people find profitability after about 5,000 hours of chart time. So break that down into daily. How many hours do you get a day? How many of those days do you see in a year? And just kind of see how many hours of charting and chart time and trading do you have under your belt. And they usually say a little, you know, from people start seeing results after 5,000 hours.
That's interesting.
At least. Yeah.
But it makes sense. I mean, you know, just like you said, the 21-day habit thing, the numbers don't lie, man.
Oh, so
Just got to trust the process.
Yep.
I think that's why so many traders fail, is because it's such a long, difficult
Who's got the
process.
time to sit here for 5-10 years?
Right, exactly.
Balling.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. Jay said it. You know, I think he said it on the call yesterday. How you guys, you know, some people want to make $5,000 in their first trade. This market will humble you quick.
You can make 20,000 your first trade. Can you make it every day? If
Right.
You're doing something you can't repeat daily. I mean, it's the point of showing up every day if you can't repeat it. Every day's guesswork. It's just makes things tough.
Yeah, it's a gamble, and it's a casino, man. If you're gambling, the house always wins. So
it's true.
So I'm really trying not to gamble.
I mean, it doesn't mean you can't win. You can win sometimes too. But like in the casino,
Right.
there are winners, but the house always wins.
I'm telling you,
You're
man.
not always the winner in a casino. The house always wins. So you spend spend enough time here throughout the day. Eventually, you'll give it all back.
Yep. my mom told me about one of my uncles. He's a heavy gambler, and he'll post something in their little chat group. Yeah, man, I cleaned up today. And she said, son, he'll tell you about the 5,000 he won. He won't tell you about the 15,000 he lost, though. You know.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Remember Don, he's got a friend that's like a degenerate gambler, like.
Yeah.
And he hits him up. We were on the phone. He hit Don up. I was talking to Don on the phone. He hit him up. He was like, "Yo, I'm up 60 grand at a casino right now." I was like, "Perfect. Leave. Come pick me up." 3 hours later,
exactly.
he calls him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not coming to pick you up. I lost everything." Like 60 grand. He's like,
How do
"Yep,
you
just
do
lost it."
that?
'Cause he made it that night. He lost it that night. He stayed there long
Amazing.
enough.
Yep, exactly. Just like you said, you stay there long enough, you'll give it back. The casino, man, the house. They
You're
got it
never
down to a
ahead,
science.
probability-wise,
Never.
in any game in the casino. You are never ahead.
Exactly.
So
True.
So I'd rather be here because we're ahead, right?
Good point.
We got better odds of winning here than we do at opening up a business. Well, I have better odds. Majority of traders in the world don't, right? But like your odds of a small business succeeding are roughly 30%, 40%, right? And our odds of winning a trade here are roughly like 80 to 90% on the daily.
Dude. Yeah.
So I'd rather take my odds here than going to open up my brick and mortar store and work on it for 10 years.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And I like the fact that I have to rely on me. You know, like you said, brick and mortar. You got a drum in business. You rely on
Well, the
customers.
business requires an employer, an employee,
Mhm.
and a customer, and you're all three here.
Exactly. Yes. Well said. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
You are all three here. You don't have to deal with nobody. You don't have to deal with your boss. You don't have to deal with your employees. You don't have to deal with customers or depend on them. You're only depending on yourself for everything. See?
Yeah.
Benny's so funny. He walks over here and he goes like this to me. He just moving his head like this.
I can't see you. I don't know if you do. You know your
Why can't you guys see me?
your camera's.
Oh, I'm on
is
YouTube.
it?
You guys, no one's commenting. I'm on YouTube. This is a live stream. We're streaming.
Oh, my fault. I'm sitting here yapping. My
Is
fault.
anybody
Man.
on the YouTube side? I was wondering. There's no comments on the YouTube side. Yeah, there's 5 people watching on the YouTube side.
Gotcha. That's why.
Yeah, Benny's down in it. He's going like this with his head like up and down. Like, let's go, like that. He jumped on me yesterday, almost bit me because I was playing around with my daughters, and he thought like we were like I was hurting him or something. I was twirling them. I grabbed her by the arms and we just started like I started spinning her like all around, and I picked her up, flipped her upside down, and he jumped on me, almost bit my forearm. I was like, "Yo!"
Yeah, and that's you. Imagine if it was a
That's
stranger.
me. That's me. Yeah. As soon as I yelled at him, I was like, "Yo!" and he let go and he sat down under me like whimpering, like he knew he fucked up. But it was like natural. He just saw the kid yelling, right? But she was having fun. She was like laughing, but he saw her yelling, and look at him. He's like, "What are you doing, bro?" I don't know if you guys see him. He's asking me to go take him for a walk. Hey, what do you want?
I gotta get on the YouTube side. I'm on the Zoom side.
Hey. It's my finger, dummy. I'm so happy I got a fucking dog. I haven't had a dog since I was a kid living with my parents. This guy just like, he breaks all the ice in the house. If there's tension in the house or if anyone's fucking arguing, as soon as he walks in, no one's arguing.
Nice.
It's either because he's so cute or it's because he'll fucking bite the shit out of you if you're fucking yelling in the house.
Yeah. or a fart or something like that. And it just changed the whole mood, right?
Yeah, no, but he like when anyone's loud in here, like my girl had friends over and they were all like yelling and laughing and drinking, like he gets pissed. He starts barking. He's like someone's getting hurt. He starts panicking, not pissed, but he's like, "What's going on? How can I help? Who's yelling? Who's?"
Yeah, I remember what you said about him and him getting all nervous when the kids are near the pool, man. That's awesome to me. I love that. That's the thing I love about dogs. So protective.
He does not let them get in the pool.
Yeah.
He does not. As soon as they walk out there, he runs and he stands in front of them. Like he'll put his body in front of them and won't let them. If they try to take a step in the pool, he's physical about it. He'll start pushing them. He'll jump on them and start pushing them, and he'll bite their clothes and start dragging them like away from the pool. And it's funny because I've never taught him any of that. It's just natural for him.
Right, exactly. It's for him. That's what he's supposed to do, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, they're trying to take a swim, and he's over there getting angry that they're getting in the pool, and he's pulling them by the swimsuit back. He grabbed my younger one's hair. And he's not biting. He's just like light, so it doesn't hurt him. But he goes right after her ponytail. He's like, let's go. No, away from the pool. Away from the pool. And he starts yanking her.
And he calling the shots already.
This is tough. We're not going anywhere here. That flipped. Was supposed to drive, no. Back down. Top wick, flip bearish. bottom wick, reflip, bullish. Now we're new 15, top wick coming back down. How's this guy's face like 3 of mine? Like you gotta be mad smart, Benny. It looks like you got big ass brain. But you keep running into glass doors, bro. He's so fucking heavy. He's literally on my lap right now with his whole weight, and he's 114 pounds right now.
Yeah, he looked real big.
Oh my god, look at this guy. He's putting his whole weight on me. Bro, how can I help you? There's a funny meme I seen with the dog. The dude is sitting there, and this dog's like twice the size of Benny, just sitting right next to him on his butt, and the front paws are up. And he's like, "Oh, let's go outside. You want to take a break?" And then there's like a voiceover for the dog, like, "Steak?" He's like, "Yes, steak, steak." Like, "You want to take a break?" He's like, "Steak, steak." Like, "Yes, steak." Big dog.
Is Benny supposed to get any bigger, or?
Yeah, he's supposed to get to around his father's size. His father's 164 pounds, 165 pounds.
Good God.
So maybe another 30, 40 pounds. But he's not, I talked to the breeder. He said he's not supposed to really grow tall. He's just supposed to get wider.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like Cane Corso that's just going to get really tall. He looked like
Right,
Cane Corso when he was just like a puppy. But like, he was skinny, and now like, because he's, you know, he's an XL bully, they don't really get long legs.
Yep.
He's got the longest legs in his whole family, like bigger than like all his brother, all his siblings, and bigger than the parents. So he kind of looked like a Cane Corso because he's tall. But now, like that I feed him, he's not getting any taller. Like, he's gained 20, 25 pounds of just wider.
Wow.
And
It's amazing.
yeah, it's not fat. It's just like he's fucking brolic.
Yeah. He's a bully.
He fucking stands up. He's got more back muscles than I dream of having. I gotta go hit the gym for the next 3 weeks straight to get some back muscle like that. Like, his traps is like, I don't know what, his lats, it's fucking, he's big. My girl was so happy because like she wanted a big dog, and she thought I was getting a what do you call them? What do you call them? The
What, like the Great Danes or something?
The Great Dane, yeah, Great Dane. That's what she wanted. She was like,
Because those things.
yo, it's like having a giraffe in the house.
Yeah,
They're Great Dane stand up, her fucking head hits the ceiling.
Absolutely, man.
They're huge, and I was okay with it though. But like, they don't live long. They live 7 to 8 years, Great Danes.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not trying to look for a new one in about 7, 8 years, right? I want my kids to all grow up with the dog and all. So these guys live like 13 to 15. So by the time he's an old man, they'll be leaving. They'll be out of the house, and
Yeah.
they
Makes sense.
basically spent their childhood with a dog, and
Right.
it's good. It's good for their psyche. You got 8 minutes here, gang. We haven't gone anywhere. Like, it's kind of been pretty ugly. What's the spot look like?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it completely ran out of gas, man.
8 minutes here on the hourly. it had opportunity to calm down. It just keeps closing back up, back into range 1. It's also had an opportunity to drive up here numerous times, so very indecisive, and you would be better off letting it make the decision instead of guessing long term. Gone nowhere in the last 3 hours. If we don't get a push here, we'll call it at 11. We want trade 34 pips. That's it.
Yeah, still, it's been a great session though.
It's been a good session in terms of patience, in terms of what we saw and what we might have taken. You know, our levels,
yes.
really marking up the levels, really staying out of the breaks of the lows here off a top wick, adjusting the levels.
Also avoiding the fake outs.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, like, even with the foundation that we have, this session could have been really bad, right? If you're not patient. Instead, we're walking out of here winners. Well, for now, let's get to the end of the session. Let's see if we can have another position. I would love to have another position because I believe whatever volume we have that drives us out of this range is going to be heavy. We've tried numerous times in the peak of New York session here to move. We almost broke out here, came back in range here. Like, we've had chances here. Wait, this wasn't New York. This was pre-NY, but we've had chances.
You think it's still
here. And this was this right here. That was a news scandal that went nowhere. So like this is heavy range here. Once we're out of there, it's gonna be a heavy push. Whenever we do get out of here. It's just Friday. I don't know. Did we push at like right before market close today? Maybe 2-3 p.m. on a Friday. I won't be there trading at 2-3 p.m. That's for sure. I'll be well into the weekend already. Right. Might be heading up somewhere West Palm. Which reminds me, Eddie's got a gift for me. Maybe I'll swing by him. He's like, send me your P.O. box. Like, man, what if I just drive through?
You guys are close to each other?
He's an hour away.
Oh, okay.
But he's in West Palm. I'm in Hollywood, which it's about an hour drive, 55 minutes. But I'm going to be about 15 minutes away from him in Boca. Right, so maybe I'll hit him up. I gotta see. Benny's making me feel guilty. He's literally standing under me and staring me down, like burning a hole through me.
I'm telling you, Benny knows. He knows the market ain't moving.
He's like, you gonna walk me or what? Because I let him out in the morning, right? But I didn't really take a walk with him. We usually, him and I, we have our like bonding time. And like whenever I go for a walk with him, it's always like a really far walk where like by the last few blocks, I have to drag him. I have to be like, let's go. Come on. You can do it. Right? And I'm pulling him by his leash a bit. Right. So we take really long walks. He's used to it. And like, now he's sitting here like, where's our walk, bro? Yeah, you. I know he understands what I'm saying. He's got to understand. I don't know if he understands what I'm saying, but he can definitely feel the emotions. He can feel like what I'm saying. He can feel if I'm upset at him, or if he messed up, or if I'm happy with him. I don't know how they do that. It's probably the pronunciations, right, and like the tone in which you say things.
That, yup. I was gonna say the tone. There's I saw. I'm talking about like a couple years ago. There was a video of a guy holding a bat. He was trying to make a point, like he's talking to the dog in such a nice voice. I'm gonna beat you over the head with this bat. I'm gonna, the dog's
And dog's like,
tail's
yeah, I love
wagging.
it.
Yeah, yeah. And then he did it again. I'm gonna beat you. Changed
Yeah.
his tone, and the dog's tail kind of went in, and
Yeah.
it was definitely the tone, man. Which makes them such good companions, because they can feel your mood,
Yeah. You're such a good boy. Good boy. Man, I do not want to be in positions in this range. This range sucks. There's really no confirmation, just a bunch of whipsaws. If you really look at it how it played out. This is what the fuck the range did.
Yeah, that's ugly.
Yep, no good.
What are we doing?
No good.
Smaller time frame range. Higher time frame range. What a market needs to do. Would be to tap this and close here, or tap this and close here, or completely outside, right? So if we're able to get that would be the tap there, closure here. If we can get that, that would be lovely. Or right, we're here right now. We can pull up here after tapping these areas. I'll take either one.
I mean, the new hourly just opened, but it looks like to me it should come down, but I don't know.
This 15s, the last 315, like everything, it's squeezing. You see, there's no higher highs, higher lows. Everything's making like So lower high here, higher low, lower high, higher low. So squeezing for a pop. But if we can get something like this, either or, tap higher time frame area, tap higher time frame area, and get that push, I would look for it. Yeah. Not too pretty here. Let's go to the hourly. The hourly closed bullish at support. Yeah, last thing we did was come down, tap support, and we've closed bullish here at support. But not outside the range and not really clearly above this area to the left. Yeah, it's above it, but barely. So here's the deal. Like I said, if we're able to tap this higher time frame area and then come down here, close below, like this previous candle tried but didn't succeed, but if we're able to tap these areas now and close below, great. If we start coming up here, it's going to be more of range creating, right? So if you're headed for all-time highs again, you guys want to see what we just saw, where we got our 34 pips. You technically want this candle to break up, right? Get that closure, and then you want entries here on the previous high off a bottom wick. That's what you want. Chance it could come back to these lows, so I would have this as a smaller entry than this. That's just how I would play it as it starts coming up, if it does start coming up. But you have to realize it's 11 on a Friday. Do we see volume? Possible to close out the day, but like realistically, long term, day over day, week over week, like this isn't the time where you want to start locking in on positions. This is the time where you want to be reviewing what you've done today and stepping away, being cool with stepping away, right? And I'm cool with it. We've taken our W today. I'd be a little more incentivized to trade here and say, all right, I want to get a position in, not for the sake of getting a position, because there's a lot of volume and we haven't taken advantage of anything today, but we did. We had a W, and these are hard times here. This isn't too simple to trade. You're going to need quite a few things to happen. Either a strong rejection off of here or a break of all these wicks and more ranges to be created. Either way, you're looking for up or down another 100 pips, right? Over 100 pips up, over 100 pips down, regardless. All right, so let's call it. I hope you guys had a good session with me. I appreciate the discussion. Appreciate you guys coming through. We will.
Yeah, great session,
appreciate you too, man. Thanks.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna make this available. The recordings from this week, I've already made them available in our drive, but I'm gonna make this one available as well. This one's actually gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna make it public on YouTube, but right now it's private. But I'll make this public on YouTube so you can watch it through there. We'll be back on Sunday. Sunday we'll do our private session. Monday streams. Tuesday we're gonna do this at 9 a.m. So basically like today, not 8 but 9. I'll start the stream probably on Tuesday at around 7:30 to 9. We'll run on YouTube, and then 9 to 11 we will trade in the inner circle session. Okay, so that's how we'll do it. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday, and book your calls. I didn't speak to, I think, 6 of you last week or 7 of you last week, so almost half of you I didn't speak to last weekend. So yeah, book your calls. If you guys have stuff you want to learn, if you feel like you need to catch up, take advantage of it. I'm available. Take advantage of it while I'm there. Okay, don't let another month pass by and you guys not taking advantage of just any discussion that could be valuable to you. If you feel like there's no value, then all right. But like if there's things you're missing, if you feel like you need to catch up, or if you have questions, take advantage of it. All right.
Gotcha.
All right. Enjoy your weekend, gang. Yeah, if you need me, reach out to me. I'm always available. You guys have my cell phone number. You guys can text me. You guys can call me. You guys can reach out through WhatsApp. But other than that, I'll talk to whoever's booked calls over the weekend. I'll talk to you guys then. If not, Sunday Asian session, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you there. Okay?
Got it. All right. Thanks, Wick. Yeah.
All right.
All right,
perfect, gang.
appreciate it. Peace, family.
See you later. Have a good weekend. Take care.